Right, hello everyone and welcome to Roma Theory. This is a new feature, the Roman Talk. Every single week, me and Josh will speak about a few things related to Roma, have a good chat. How you doing, Josh? He's back in London, isn't he?
School's out. Sorry, boys. I had to play match of the day. Has to happen sometimes. Anyway, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm back in London. I was in Rome the whole of the weekend, seeing my co-host over here. But I'm all good, man. I'm all good. How are you? What are your thoughts? How are you feeling after that game, man?
No, I'm great. I think 3 points were needed. Our tournament didn't go as well, but look, we reached the final, and I'm proud of that.
Mate, our tournament went perfectly. Just some of you lot messed up in the final, and that's that. But happens every now and again. People make mistakes, move on, and that's how we go. But that is not what we are doing here today. That's not what we're here to talk about. We are not being selfish hosts. We're not talking about ourselves. We are talking about our team. So,
Yeah, we are. And Roma just won a game 1-0 against Sassuolo. Not an ecstatic game, but they did their job. And we're going to discuss about a few things today. I mean, we're also going to... I want to get your reaction on the Europa League draw. Obviously, having faced Milan, and then get into some questions. But one thing that I want to ask you, it's a new feature. The people miss you. They haven't really heard of you. And what I want to ask you is, what are your thoughts on Rossi? What are your thoughts on this completely new Roma team? How we're playing, how we're grinding results? Give us a big old monologue on your thoughts.
first off, I want to go back to what you just said. You said that the people miss you, which I appreciate. Thank you, guys. But the second thing you said is that the people don't know who you are. Now, that has annoyed me.
When did I ever say that?
You just said it just now. We'll look back at this.
I swear I never said that.
Anyone that watches this podcast, you comment down below the seconds that he said that, and watch how I am right. Anyway, that's just... Thank you.
I'm fine. Okay, let's check this.
Anyway, okay. So, monologue about De Rossi. Allora, so De Rossi, obviously we haven't chatted. I haven't been able to talk to the AS Roma Theory fans about my thoughts on De Rossi. I mean, it's a simple matter, really. I remember calling Simone and texting him the day that Jose Mourinho got sacked. And Simone, do you remember my voice being very calm?
I do. And do you remember my voice being very nervous?
Yes, however, the fact is, my voice was very, very, very not calm. I was fuming. I was so angry, ladies and gentlemen. When Jose Mourinho got sacked, I was absolutely livid. Now, I understand he wasn't having the results. The performances, they weren't showing. His talent, his managerial experience was not showing through the team. There were problems. We can all admit that. However, in the moment this is, so no one roasts me for this, because my opinion's changed. But in the moment, I thought, how is it possible that we bring in a manager who has had very little experience? The little experience he has had have been not great, a failure, I'd say it's Spal.
Yeah,
a second division team. A failure at a second division team. He's then popped up to the Serie A, first division, and instead of taking a lowly team, he's taken one of the big six. And for me, my original thoughts were, how is it possible that we replace Jose Mourinho with De Rossi and expect things to change? I was thinking, how can De Rossi do differently than Mourinho could? I thought, we'll wait Jose Mourinho out to the end of the season and then we change manager. Now,
I agree.
10 matches and 8 victories now have changed my mind.
They have.
I mean, I am seeing and watching a Roma that I have not seen in a long time since, I'd say, we had this discussion, since I'd say 2018 Roma Barcelona Champions League days.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, I said that as well, but that was after the Brighton game, so I was very hyped when I said that. I think, in terms of style of play, yes, it's very different from Mourinho ball, and it's very similar to how Spalletti played. I still think we can be better because De Rossi hasn't had much time, but out of these 2 months that De Rossi has been the manager for, from 1 to 10, what vote do you give him?
8. Like, give him an 8. An 8 out of 10 for 8 games, 1 out of 10. No. The reason I'm giving him an 8, I think he's done incredibly as the Roma manager so far. He's brought passion back into that changing room. Everyone loves him. It's clear to see. I mean, from the goal last night, Pellegrini scores against Sassuolo and they run straight over to De Rossi to celebrate.
And it's not even the first time that has happened, because Dybala did that too.
And I think the relationship that De Rossi has with the players is evident. It's evidently a positive one. And the style of play has changed. We're winning matches. We're doing well. We're performing. But I'm giving him an 8 because there is room for improvement, and this is only the start. Now,
agree.
I think there's a big challenge coming up. When we get to the end of the season, this is when things get interesting, because De Rossi's contract is only to the end of the season. Now, do I believe that he will stay? Yes. Do I believe that that stay will be positive? No.
Wow!
No. Not De Rossi's fault. When a manager stays at a club after being put in as interim manager and then stays the next year, is a fan of the club, has played for the club, is a lover of the club, the owners take advantage of this and they start to treat him badly. Now, a club, let me ask you a question, mate. Let me ask you a question. And I'll ask everyone a question here. Can a club perform well on a regular, consistent basis if they are not provided with the money and the players and the suppliers to do so?
No.
No. Now let me ask you this. Do you think Ifedkin will supply De Rossi with everything he wants, or will they take his leniency for advantage and say, you do what we say, we'll give you who we want, and you just work with it?
Look, I'm going to give you my answer to this. And my answer is a mixed one, because on one hand, they can't be giving De Rossi everything. Number one, because they don't have the means to do, especially if we don't get Champions League football yet again. De Rossi needs to work his magic because the funds are not going to be there. But even if we do get Champions League, we're going to have limited finances. We're still going to have financial fair play on the string of our transfer market. But what I am going to say is, and the number two reason why I don't think they're going to give everything to him, even if they could, is because that would discredit what they did to Mourinho and how they treated Mourinho. But what I will say is one thing. I think De Rossi will extend his contract, and we agree, because you said he will. But I think that the Fredkins aren't dumb. The Fredkins are smart. And the Fredkins know that whatever they do against him, and whatever action they will pull, which will lead to, as you said, De Rossi's downfall, the fans are going to protest. Because, imagine you're a Roma fan. Imagine you're part of the Curva Sud. Every Sunday you're there, sat down in the Curva Sud, waving your flag, waving your banners and all of that. And
sat down.
And in front of you... Yeah, he's right. And in front of you...
We've got a host that doesn't know his facts.
And in front of you...
I want to apologise. Our host doesn't know anything about this club. I think we end the podcast here. I think that's it. Done. Over.
And in front of you, you have you get placed De Rossi and Dan Fredkin. Who would a Roma fan pick? Of course, it's De Rossi. So here, the Fredkins are playing with fire because appointing De Rossi means that the public opinion on this fan base will be with De Rossi even if somehow he goes bad. So they will never go to the Fredkins and say sack De Rossi because he's not good at this. Because De Rossi is a club legend, and we all know this. So they are playing with fire, but it is interesting what you said. So you don't think will be a long-term project?
I would love to see it as a long-term project. I would love for this to continue. But I'm not going to say it won't, because if anyone can do it, it's De Rossi. I think if Fredkin are smart, and if Fredkin give him the maximum resources that they have at availability, then I think it will continue. Because I think the relationship between the players is good, the relationship between the fans is good, his style is good of football, his coaching staff is good. So I think all of these add up to a very positive future. However, my belief that you should never work for a club you have passion for stays the same. Because in my opinion, you let people treat you badly when you stay at a club that you love. And in my opinion, that may happen. I don't know. I'm I'm indecisive because I want something to happen. But in my head, after studying what I study, after doing what I do, I've seen it enough times to know that this normally ends badly. Playing with fire like this. But who knows? I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. I hold my hands up and say I hope it doesn't. I hope it ends up the same way that it did when I said Jose Mourinho should not have left and De Rossi should have not come in. I hope it ends up the same way. I hope it ends up the same way, and I'm wrong.
It won't be easy. And I've got another big question. This is a tough question. This is a tough... Prepare because this is not easy.
And to think I was going to get a nice, relaxing evening.
No. This is tough.
No.
I think it's time to tie some knots. We've got an international break, and it's time to analyze these first 2 months of what De Rossi has done. And there's a big fact which pops up, which is a very big fact, very significant statistic. In 9 Serie A games, let me repeat that, in 9 league games, De Rossi has achieved 21 points. In 29 games under Mourinho, in 21 games under Mourinho, Mourinho collected 29 points. Let me repeat that again. In 29 league games, Mourinho collected... I've bottled it again. In 21 league games, Mourinho has collected 29 league points. In 9 league games, De Rossi has collected 20 points. That is big. And my question to you is, with hindsight, because of course now it's very easy for us to do this, but with hindsight, I will ask you this very delicate question. And the question is, should Mourinho have been sacked before the 16th of January? Because if the results are happening, that's a hard question because the 16th of January, all of us were like, it's a funeral day. Like today, we're all crying. I cried. But now you look at this broader scheme and you're like,
Is this a PG channel?
You do you, boss.
Is alcohol allowed in this channel?
Of course. You can swear a bit, you know.
That is what I feel about that question. I'm not actually drinking it. I'm sober for 3 months. I don't drink anymore. But that is how I feel about that stupid question.
Is it stupid, though?
It's not stupid, and that's the problem. It's not stupid. It is a really good, well-thought, intelligent question, and it's got some backing up evidence that provides good intel that shows that it should have happened beforehand.
It's hard. It's hard to admit this, but I agree. Look, I'm going to give my answer after. You speak now.
I think my screen's blocked.
Your screen is blocked?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah.
What is this?
Anyways, Look, it's a tough one, and I'll tell you why. Football is built up of ifs, buts, and maybes. Okay, but we don't
James
do those.
Radcliffe at his best.
We do absolutes. Anyway, no, sorry. Backtrack there. Um, it is about if, buts, and maybes. All these questions, all these little fan forums that go on our YouTube channel, our podcast. That is what it's about. It's about if, buts, and maybes. It's about discussing the things that haven't happened or should have happened or could have happened. It's about that. That's what it is. So, this if, and it is an if. You can say if, but, and maybe. You can say if De Rossi had come in earlier, we would have got more points and we probably would have been in the Champions League spot. We could say maybe that could have happened. Maybe he comes in and do that. And then we could also say, but if he came in and it wasn't the right time and he lost us points and he performed badly, the club would lose a lot of love for a club legend. I think him coming in at this time was the right moment. I do not think Jose Mourinho should have been sacked earlier. The results weren't coming in, but he needed time. We gave him time, wasn't working out, so we sacked him. But we sacked him with respect, and we kept the love of the fans. And De Rossi has done well from this point onwards. If he'd been sacked earlier, I think there would have been a more aggressive reaction to his sacking. So, I think, to answer that question without getting severely drunk, I think that it was the right moment at the right time.
A lot of people say
What about you, mate? What about you? What's your thoughts? I've been talking a lot during this podcast episode. I want to hear you. Have a little waffle. Have a little gamble. Go on.
Nah, look, I think the moment was right, but there's always, and I've been saying this since October, so don't invent what I've been saying right now. I've always believed, look, no, let me start off by saying it's hard to say this and it does lack credibility because the 16th of January, I was the saddest man on earth. And I cried because I was upset because Mourinho was in my heart. And yes, this might sound contradictory, but looking at how De Rossi is playing, number one, you can only agree to this statement. And number two, I don't think Mourinho would have gotten the same points that De Rossi did. Because I think the cycle of Mourinho at Roma should have ended after that Budapest final. I think the way that ending ended in the dramatic of ways, in the saddest of ways, how Mourinho reacted post-Budapest, clashing the Fredkins, going, I need more support. This is not this is not a serious ownership. This ownership doesn't belong to such a club. I think that was the trigger point. We decided to continue. Everybody was happy. Everybody was speaking about Jose renewing his contract at the end of this season. And then the dark period came where we were not grasping points. And then the 16th of January, I was in the French room doing my French with Rosine in front of me. And I opened my phone and all of a sudden, I read Mourinho sacked. And I was like, what the actual fuck? What is happening? It was so unexpected. And the reason I gave to this is he fell out with the players. Do you agree with this? Did Mourinho fall out with the players? Because I don't think he did.
I don't agree with it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I think there's a lot of things that went on behind closed doors. I don't think he lost the changing room. I just don't. I don't think Mourinho is that kind of manager. But then again, here's a little question for you. I agree with your statement for the first time in years. I agree with you. Clip it, screenshot it, do what you want. I agree with Simone. However, if Mourinho did get sacked after then, who would have been appointed? Because De Rossi was not ready yet. De Rossi was a ploy by Fredkin, brought in, and in my opinion, not for his status, not for how good he would have become as manager, but to stop riots from fans. Because if you if you sack a legend of a club who's become a legend of a club. Mourinho had become a legend of a club, had become almost a father figure for a lot of fans. If you sack him, you have to bring in someone that will calm the fans down. And De Rossi, who is probably the second most famous ever Roma player and the second most ever loved Roma player. I mean, weird opinion, I prefer De Rossi to Totti. Personally, big one there, shot.
I
But
think it's because of our age, to be honest with you.
yeah, it is. But I think De Rossi, we couldn't write. We couldn't have rioted because De Rossi was there. So I think the time was right, but I think if we had sacked Mourinho earlier, who would we have been appointed? Who would have been appointed as the manager? That's a big one. That's a big off. If it's a big if, it's a big about, it's a bit maybe.
Just to end this, and then we're gonna speak about the game and a few more things, and then we're gonna end it. The last question on this Mourinho topic is: would Mourinho? I mean, no. The question is: number one, would Mourinho have brought this? Could have Mourinho still brought this team into the Champions League? And number two, the question is: do you think that the team is as weak as Mourinho kept on describing it? Because I think that is what he got wrong.
No, I don't think so at all.
I
think, mate, look at the team. Look at it. Have a look, mate. Use your eyes. Use those little pretty eyes of yours. Have a look at the team, right? Have a little look. Matey, Dybala, Lukaku, Mancini, Smalling, Pellegrini, all of these players, and I can go on. Now Villar, all of these players.
Tammy almost back.
Tammy almost back. You've got Spinazzola, who hasn't performed like he did in the Euros, but in the Euros, by far one of the best players in the world, especially in his position, the best at that moment. You've got other players, young players, Bove playing incredibly well at the moment, and always has done. You've got all of these players. El Shaarawy, one of the most underrated ballers, in my opinion, of our generation.
I agree.
I think you've got to look at this team. And you've got to think to yourself, no. We have gotten a ridiculous team. I mean, we can't even talk about squad depth, my friend. We can't even talk and say that we don't have it. Because yesterday, Ulsen and Azmoun got subbed on. To bring on two players like that, who in a lot of teams would start, especially Ulsen after a lot of recent performances, we cannot say that it's the team's fault on paper. We cannot. We cannot say we do not have the individuals because we do. That is a lie.
I agree. I've always said this.
I'm forgetting players. Ndika, Llorente, Ndika won the AFCON Cup. Azmoun. It is ridiculous to say that it is the individuals, the players, the team on paper, because that is wrong. And there is one thing I always disagreed with Mourinho about. The one thing.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Anyways, we're here with De Rossi, enjoying life. Thoughts on yesterday's game? I mean, blatant game, not a massive, ecstatic game, but I think it's understandable. Pellegrini masterclass. One word to describe Pellegrini at the moment. I mean, I'll start. Pellingham. It's just the player who has scored the most goals in Europe after Phil Foden from the 20th of January. What a moment.
I can't lie to you. That nickname's quite cringy, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a bit weird. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Pellingham.
Bit weird.
Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter.
Mate, fucking hell. We're talking about football. God, no, I'm joking.
Bart Simpson.
No, if I was to talk about Pellegrini at the moment, I mean, what a player. What a player. He's done 2 of those shots recently. His shot, if for all of you who didn't see it, cut out outside the area, shot, whipped it, bottom right. To whip a ball, bottom right, from outside the area is harder, in my opinion, to whip it top right than to whip it top right. To get the power, because for a keeper, it is easier to get low straight away on a far out ball. Pellegrini at the moment is absolutely outstanding, and I think that is all thanks to De Rossi.
Yeah,
I think he brought back a power, a passion, a love in Pellegrini that wasn't there before with Mourinho, and we'd lost him for a minute. And I think the game yesterday, well, apart from being fucking fuming about not going, for those of you that don't know, I lost my ticket last minute and wasn't able to go. So I spent the whole of the evening listening to Radio Romanista, which is, for those of you who don't know, again, the most hardcore Roma radio station in existence, which means there's a lot of shouting, a lot of screaming. I shat myself on numerous occasions. Numerous. I think first half was very lenient. We didn't capitalise on a lot of chances. And I think it was quite weak performance. Second half, we woke up a little bit, got the goal in, and just worked away from there. But I think even 1-0, get the 3 points. It's one of those scrappy wins, but it's a win nonetheless. And I think keeping up that form, keeping up those wins is always positive, no matter how much we win by.
Yeah, no, I agree. Fully agree. I mean, what else can we say? I think the problem from yesterday is fatigue. And moving forward, you look at the complexity of the calendar, playing all of our top contenders in Champions League spots, and the Europa League quarterfinals, semi-finals if we eliminate Milan. A tactical question for you, but also for everyone to consider, which I didn't mention yesterday, but this is not a good mentality, and I don't agree with what I'm about to say, but should we not consider snubbing Europa League, because that's not who we are, and we can't do that, because that's weak mentality. We want to win Europa League. I know it's hard, we should try our best, but would you be very disappointed if we get thrown out of the Europa League and use all of those fatigues and attention and bring it to top 4 fight? Because Champions League football this season is the number 1 priority. We're not winning Europa League, mate. We're not winning.
Listen.
We ain't winning Europa League. Don't say we're about to win Europa League, because we ain't winning Europa League.
You listen here, mate. You listen here. I'm the older one here. I'll tell you what to do, right? Don't talk to me, no, I'm joking.
What is he about to say?
No. I don't know what I'm about to say. I'm still thinking about what I'm about to say. No, I think it's a tough one, that, because it is a question that's been happening for years, not just at Roma, at every club. And I think we can't purposely do it, which we both agree on. We can't purposely go out of the Europa League. Would I be upset if we got out of the Europa League? Yes. Would I then realise it could be a positive, turn it into a positive and focus on the Champions League? Yes, that would happen too. I think, though, us as a club, we live on European nights. European nights, that joy, the passion, the noise, the support, the aggression even, the violence, everything about it just brings us to life. The spirit of Roma gets brought to life. I've been to countless European nights with you, by myself as well. And I think we have to give it a shot. We have to continue with it. And I think we are one of the favourites to win it. And I don't think we will. I don't think we will, because there were 2 teams in front of us that probably have a better chance to, and that's Leverkusen and Liverpool.
I also put Milan.
But if anyone can create miracles, it's us. And I think, what kind of club are we? What kind of fan base are we that we say we're the best fan base in the world, with the most passion, the most love, the most aggression, and we don't believe for a second that we can get through against a neighbour? Against a neighbour. A stinky red neighbour. A stinky, posh, spoon up the arse neighbour. That is what we're going up against. A little shit of a neighbour.
Yeah.
And to think that we can't go through against them, in my opinion, is ridiculous. Because I think we can. And I've been hearing a lot of chat about this and that. Milan will beat us. This and that. No. I don't believe that for a second. Sorry,
do you think we're the favourites in the Milan tie?
No. I don't think we're favourites. No. I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I don't think we're favourites. I think if you look at performances recently, Milan are favourites. But when it comes to European nights, the home game for us is the second game. It's the second game, which is good. When we have a home game, if we need to come back, we want the fans behind us. And I just think we've got a chance, you know? It could happen. It could happen. So let's not throw it away just yet. That's what I'm saying.
Believe in it. Believe in it.
See, it wasn't that bad. I didn't say anything that bad. See?
No, you didn't.
I didn't ruin the podcast. We're okay.
You'd never ruin the podcast, mate.
Oh, man, I could.
Right, I mean, it's Europa League we did. Top 4. Or now that we're in almost at the end of March. International break ahead of us. You look at the next games that we have. Derby, Atalanta, Napoli, Juventus. And you look at the points that we've been grinding. Quick answer, yes or no, with a little justification. Or are you going to be playing Champions League football next season?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I absolutely love that.
I'll give you two words to say why. 2 words. I know, weird that Josh is this concise, but 2 words. Bologna bottle.
You think they're gonna bottle it? I've always said this, that Bologna can't keep this rhythm for an entire season. But the more I say this, the more they win games. So I'm like,
they need to bottle 1 match, mate. 1 match. All they need to do is bottle what we're 3 points behind. 1 match. And they
against
will.
us.
They
against
will.
us.
Mate, that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to that. And we know it. We both know it, mate. We just do. I mean, also, goal difference. We've got a bad goal difference.
Yeah. So you think we're going to get 4th?
Bottle merchants. Bologna bottling it. No,
you think we're going to get 4th?
Yeah, I think it's impossible to get 3rd. I think to arrive even higher up in the
Is
Champions
it
League
impossible though?
No, it's not impossible. Very difficult. I mean, you've got. I think 2nd is impossible.
Second is impossible, mate. Stop living off dreams. Second is done.
Juventus,
Milan and Inter.
to get to
Juventus,
Juventus, they don't. But can we make up 8 points, 3 wins, and they have to bottle 3? Put it that way. They have to bottle 3 to win.
So that I think we beat Juventus at home.
Ooh, careful.
No. I'm convinced.
Careful.
Clip this.
Mate, they're clipping it now. Look, I've got little cameras out, mate, and they're clipping it.
Clip it. We're beating Juventus at home.
I think at this stage of the season, to be able to make up 8 points, you have to see the other team drop 9 and us make up 8.
No, I don't think it will happen, but I don't think it's impossible because I think Juventus is very beatable, and I think Torino right now would beat Juventus.
No, see, I believe I completely agree with you that Juventus are dreadful at the moment. I believe that as well. But to bottle 3 games and us to win more than 3, I think is quite difficult. But here, little prediction, so I don't get carried away. Inter 1st, Milan 2nd, Empoli 3rd. No, I'm joking. Inter 1st, Milan 2nd, Juventus 3rd, Roma 4th.
Yeah, I must stick with that as well. But we do have a very tough calendar coming up, and Bologna have a fairly easy one.
Yeah, do I also think that Atalanta could make it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I also think Napoli could make it. A draw in Milan against Inter yesterday.
No.
You can't cut them off. The only teams that you could write off right now, in my opinion, are Lazio and Fiorentina.
Mate,
Napoli's in the race.
No. The only reason that Napoli could ever make it is if they stole the ball and the kits of the other teams. Because it's the only way. Because they steal things, they're thieves. That's racist. I probably shouldn't say that. But no, I think it's not. See, I'm ruining the podcast now. No, I don't think they'll do it. I think it's between Roma, Atalanta, and Bologna at this point. I think I would suggest that Atalanta have more of a chance than Bologna do. I just think that Atalanta are strong.
No, I disagree. Bologna don't have European tournaments to follow. I mean, look, Atalanta, their experience, with all due respect, I hope they do qualify, but Liverpool are gonna beat them, so their European experience won't last long, and then they
Listen,
can focus on the league. But Bologna
yeah,
just
I hope Bologna make it to European football, not Champions League.
yeah, I
I hope
agree.
that they do better than Atalanta. I don't like Atalanta. I think it's nice to see a team that we don't see often up there with the
Yeah.
rest. But I don't think they keep this run for the next for the remaining games, and I do think we take it. I do. Now, little question for you though, mate.
Yeah,
You've been
go
asking
on.
me a lot of questions. I'm not liking it. Little question. Little relegation battle in the Serie A. What are we thinking? Because it's a big one. Because let me
Salernitana
read
go
it.
down. We all
Let
agree
me
on
read it
that.
out.
You
Let me read it
agree?
out to you. Let me read it out to you and to the fans at home. We've got 20th place, 14 points, Salernitana.
Yeah, they're
Sassuolo,
down.
then on 23 points. Frosinone on 24. Empoli 25. Cagliari 26. Verona 26. Udinese 27. Lecce 28. From 18th to 13th, there are 4 points in it.
It's very big. I don't wish them. I mean, I wish them good luck to all of these teams. I don't want to be in their positions. But, I mean, we agree on Salernitana.
I mean, who knows? Lazio may be in their position soon.
Hopefully. I mean, believe in it.
I mean, look,
Salernitana are down. They just changed manager. They keep on
yeah,
changing manager. They
I
keep on
agree.
bringing the same manager back.
I
The
agree.
team can't perform. The qualities in there. Salernitana are done, screwed. 19th. This isn't popular, but they've been utter gobshite lately. Frosinone. I think
I can
Frosinone
tell you
go
why.
down.
I can tell you why it's not popular because they didn't start off badly, and they've had a few good
Exactly.
performances. Now,
But they're just. I think Di Francesco is not grinding results at all.
now, I'm inclined to agree with you, but I think they stay 18th.
Which means they go
Uh,
down.
yeah, I think they go down, but I don't think they're 19th.
So you think there's a team? I think Sassuolo go down as well.
I don't. I don't. I think the Sassuolo that I saw last night, they didn't play well. They didn't play well at all, and they let us have way too many. That game should have finished 5-0 for us. But
They don't have the
I,
quality.
I, I, I wouldn't be shocked if Empoli went down.
I think Nicola's an expert. I don't think Empoli go down. I think Nicola is a magician when it comes to saving teams. I mean, let's be honest. These teams, they're literally.
I mean, my friend, I think doing a relegation battle like this is difficult because I mean, I can see Sassuolo going down, I can see Frosinone going down, I can see Udinese going down, and they're in
Nah,
14th. I can see Verona going down. I can see every
maybe.
single team here, apart from in that relegation battle that I just said, Lecce won't go down. Um, Cagliari won't go down. But apart from that, Udinese on the line for me. I can see it either way.
Right, pick your
But
three. Pick your three. On the spot. On the spot. You're walking on a thin glass. Pick your three.
go fuck yourself. No. Salernitana, Frosinone. I don't like this. You go first.
Salernitana, Frosinone, Sassuolo. Confident. It's those three.
Salernitana. No. Salernitana, Sassuolo. I've changed my mind. I've got two.
It's between Empoli and Frosinone.
Nope.
It's between Udinese and Frosinone.
Nope.
Just say it.
Frosinone stay up. It is between Empoli. No, no, no.
He's changed
Salernitana.
his mind again.
No, no. I've changed it again. I'm tired. Right, here you go. Don't fight. You can clip it as much as you want. Bully me what you want. Salernitana, Sassuolo, Verona.
I like that we disagree, that we agree to disagree. Let's see who gets it right. Right, last
Me.
thing which I do want to talk about
Go on.
is Tammy. 287 days later, he's back on the bench. What can Tammy bring to this team?
Fucking nothing. No.
Oh, don't say that. I love Tammy. Don't you dare say that.
I love Tammy too. I love Tammy too, but I think for the moment, I don't think he'll get a game soon. I think he may get a game. I think the earliest
After
we
the
see him.
derby.
I think the earliest we see him is out of the next three, the third one is the earliest we see him.
So you think Udinese?
Udinese. I think that's the earliest we see him. I think maybe the fourth game. I don't think we see him for another 3 games. I don't think he'll start it. He will come as a sub in after the 70th, 60th minute.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I think it all depends, because if Tammy comes back and he plays like he did the first season, he can offer us a lot. But if he comes back and he's struggling after injury to get back into the squad, he'll offer us jack shit. So I think it's a big one. It's a big one to debate, because it's a big if but maybe. But I love him, and if he scores, I can already imagine the sound of the stadium.
Man.
But no, I think he'll be positive. But I think we just got to give him time, to be honest. And I think the Tammy we know and love, if he stays, I reckon we see him next season.
Yeah. At the end of the season, pick one. You can only keep one. Pick one. Lukaku or Tammy.
No, don't say it. Fuck off.
Right. No. You know what? I'll ask this question when we actually see Tammy and how he's back from his injury.
No, but I'm not. No. I hate no. Putting them two together, for me, is like asking. I don't want to be rude.
Skittles or Mars bars?
Fucking, what kind of nerdy answer is that? Skittles and Mars bars. It's not even the same fucking thing. Are you alright?
Twix
What's
or
happened to you?
Mars bar?
No. Fuck off. It's like saying. It's like asking. Inter or Juventus?
So you don't like them?
No, but it's oh shit. Hang on. Yeah. What? Yeah. Sorry, mate. That's the wrong answer. No, it's like saying. Here we go. How about this? 4th place, Champions League qualified. 3rd place, Champions League qualified, or Europa League win.
Europa League win. I mean, does it really take a genius to say that? You lift the trophy and you qualify for Champions League.
Yeah, my knowledge, Arsenal tits. That's what I've come up with. Arsenal tits. It's like asking me if I want Arsenal boobs. That's what you've done.
What do you pick?
Matey, I know it's not a PG podcast, but we got to keep it a little bit under the wraps here.
Tammy or Romelu? Both bring different things.
I mean, Tammy's got to be the arse, and Romelu's got to be the boobs.
Yeah.
Should we stop this analogy? Yeah. Tammy or Lukaku. I mean, Tammy first season smacks Lukaku, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the way that we play football, I think Lukaku fits in it. I think if he stays another year, he'll be comfortable and he'll score more goals. But, you know, why not play a little 4-4-2? Have a little Tammy Abraham and Lukaku up front.
Exactly, yeah.
Why not? No, don't play a 4-4-2. But what a possible little 2 at the front wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
You're right. Both bring different things and both can benefit from us. Right, I'm going to end it there. No, you continue.
No, before you end it, I just want to apologise to the whole fan base for the last 5 minutes of this podcast. I want to apologise for the indecency. I want to
He's tired,
apologise for
yo.
the.
He
I
went back to
apologise for,
London, woke up at 4 a.m. today, so don't mind
and
him.
I haven't stopped moving since, boys. I filmed another podcast before this. I'm on a roll.
He's on a roll.
But yeah, so I'm gonna end the podcast with you.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I'm tired. Yeah. So that's the first podcast.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Little secret, boys. It's not the first podcast. We did one podcast, but corrupted footage. So that's great. Yeah. What else can I say?
I'm at look. No. Now that you've said this, I am going to catch you in 4K. So what happens this Saturday, right? This Saturday, we have a school tournament.
No, bad boy.
We have a school tournament.
Stop it.
Actually, this I can't say this.
I know what you're gonna say, but it's a lie, by the way.
No, it's not a lie. No, it's not a lie.
No, is it
But I'm
not
gonna say
what you're
this.
gonna say?
Can I say
Not
this?
what you're gonna say. Yeah, but the reason for it is a lie. Is in my lie.
Okay, right. So we have a football tournament this Saturday, school football tournament, and he's your manager. You know, old student from our school, good old friend. He's a manager. Good. He's got that charisma to be a manager. Anyways, we have
And the technical ability. And the technical ability.
Oh yeah. And then never doubted that.
Continue.
We have our call up is at what was it? 8:30 in the morning. And our first game was at
9.
And our first game was at 9. So we all go there. And first game goes by. The first game, I score a goal and provide an assist. And Josh isn't there. So everybody's like, where is Josh? Where is Josh? I mean, where is he? Has he slept over? Has he forgot to put an alarm on? And our manager presented himself to our football tournament 1 hour after the first game. And he missed the game where I played the best and scored a goal and provided an assist.
No.
What a manager that is. Top quality.
No, you listen to me, mate. You drew that game 2-2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
After that, apart from, say, the 3 games that followed, what were the scores, my friend, when I was present?
We won them all. He deserves credit for this.
So, I would like you to retract your statement, apologise to me, and until you can show me footage of you actually scoring a goal...
No, don't you dare say that. Don't you
believe
even...
you. Right, so
No.
that's the end of the podcast.
Right, it's been a pleasure. We'll catch you next week for another Roman talk. I hope you enjoyed these discussions. I hope you enjoyed Josh Hazlitt, the one and only, back in Roma Theory videos. We'll catch you next week. Hit the like, subscribe, and let us know your comments down below in the comment section on all the topics that we faced. Have a nice weekend, Josh. A nice end to the week, and I'll catch you next week.
Catch you next week, my friends.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Big up to the Roma family. Have a good one.